opposite side, the proliferation of fish in farms is a controversial topic. What's your take on that?
They're essentially factory farms in the ocean. Farm fish. Like there has been some attempts to make it more sustainable. I know there's some certifications around that. Responsibly farmed is what you see. And I think the jury's still out in terms of the environmental effects. I'm hesitant personally to buy farm salmon, unless it's like I'm going out and getting a bagel and lox, like when I'm in New York, that's all farm salmon, Nova lox and, Gravlox. And you could tell because there's a different appearance of it. They feed them carotenoids in their diet, which is, related to vitamin A, which gives them that orange color, as opposed to wild fish stocks. They consume, plankton and, everything, salmon eat because salmon are predators as well. So you have essentially a kind of a different product in terms of the nutrient quality. It's similar to feedlot beef versus grass-fed beef, right? Yeah. So in terms of pathogens and parasites, in terms of, fish eat and then fish poop, and where that fish goes and how it concentrates, in terms of farmed fish escaping into the wild and, them being different breeding stock and how they're affecting, the ecosystem. I think there's a lot of concerns. And once again, this goes to consumption patterns and the need to always have everything around the clock whenever you want it. Well, there's a price to be paid for that. And it's one of those other things of how this feeds into the industrial food system and displaces family fishing communities, hook and line and troll caught day boats, like folks that are trying to do it sustainably and then having to compete with these offshore industrial factory farms of fish. And so it's another thing that, when you see cheap fish out there, you have to question it, where it's coming from, how it was sourced, what the conditions were, what the effect was in the environment. Because unfortunately, and I've written about this in terms of true cost accounting and how we value food and how we set prices, typically when you see stuff cheap like this, it's because the costs have been externalized. Mm-hmm. The costs have been offloaded from the consumer to society and the environment as a whole. So that's just something to be aware of. And with factory farms, like if you are going to buy or you need to buy farm fish, look for some sort of responsibly farmed logo, and do your best to understand and do the research about it, and if possible, avoid it.